is Marcos Negretti.
Performing stand-up comedy.
I hope he's good.
Why is that?
Because I got hungry during the intermission and I ate the tomatoes that I was saving for the bad acts.
Oh gosh, now what are we supposed to do?
Hope he's good.
Well, here's to hoping. Here's Marcos Negretti.
Alright, before I begin, I'd like to give a shout out to some of my biggest inspirations. Mr. Kammerer, Mr. Reinheimer, Fletch. When you go to school every day with teachers who make fun of you as much as these guys do, it really stimulates your comedic muse. So, before I begin, I'd like to say that if I end up offending any of you at all tonight, you know who to blame. Anyway, writing a stand-up act for a high school audience is harder than it sounds, because when you decide that you want to be part of the talent show, they hand you this little piece of paper that says, no sex references, no drug references, no alcohol references, no derogatory words. They're aware I am writing for teenagers, right? They're kidding themselves if they think we're the little angels that all their rules seem to make us out to be. Last year we had a pregnancy hotline ad in our school newspaper. That says something, my friends. And those security cameras we have set up around campus aren't there because they love to see all our pretty faces. Have you ever noticed how fast they take our ID photos nowadays? Back in elementary school, they had you sit down for like 5 minutes while the photographer just sat there and like touched you. To the point where you're like, that doesn't feel legal. Of course, those security cameras never actually catch anything important. It's not like busloads of drunken teenagers just drive up within viewing range. Hey. Our golf team might have some Tiger Woods in it. I wouldn't be surprised. But really, it's not just high schools that bug me. America in general censors everything to the point where we have expectations. I'll have you know that I'm a big nerd. And the next Pokemon games coming from Japan are Pokemon Black version and Pokemon White version. And we already have people who are out there saying that is racist. They're going to censor that when it comes to America. I'd like to say Crayola crayons are racist. Have you ever noticed the first crayon gone is always the black one? And I mean, the laws of life themselves aren't racist. Black's not a color, black is the absence of color. Meanwhile, if you're white, you're absorbing all the colors of the rainbow, so think about that next time you're about to make a crack at homosexual people. I'm not good at math. It's not my favorite subject in the world. I don't do very well in it, but I go to a school where I can sit back and think, I'm not alone. It's kind of comforting. But really, I kind of attribute my badness at math to my horrible organization skills. I was nominated for Secretary of Thespian Club as a joke. But I still had to give a speech, so it went a little something like this. My fellow students, if elected as secretary of your thespian club, I promise I'm going to lose about half the papers I'm supposed to be keeping track of. Therefore, I'm going to have to do them over again, and I'm going to be working twice as hard as anybody else you're going to elect. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't win either. But, alright, the sad thing about the math thing is, this is already after I've transferred down from honors math into normal math, and it kind of bugs me because I'm pretty sure any of you who've tried to transfer down from a class have experienced this. When you sit down with your counselor and they look at you, and they're like, when you go into the real world, you're not always going to be able to take the easy way out. Shouldn't I seize the opportunity while I have it then? I mean, if I in the future, if I'm sitting in a little cubicle somewhere doing like the most horrible job every day, over and over again, and I get like an email from Disneyland saying they want me to test cotton candy flavors or something for $50 an hour, I'm not going to sit there and think to myself, I'm not always going to be able to take the easy way out. Teachers connotate easy with bad way too much. I mean, right now I'm getting a cumulative GPA of about 3.0, and that's not going to get me into many universities. So I've been looking at Mesa's whole 2 years in a university, 2 years at Mesa, 2 years at a university. And most of my teachers are like, no, you do not do that. Do not do that. Because if you do 2 years at Mesa, you're more likely to drop out of the university than if you went for the first 4 years. They're telling me that if I take 2 years of community college, I am less likely to stay in university than after 4 years of here. Anyway, you guys are a great audience. I'd really love to stay on, but I hear that laughter is the greatest medicine, and I don't want any of you overdosing on me. So I'm going to hand it back to those clowns. I don't have to worry about that with them.
Oh darn, I wouldn't have been able to use my tomato anyway.
Why is that?
Because he made me laugh.
Me too. He was pretty funny.
Well, next up is True Movie.